Hello and welcome to Knowledge Masters. Knowledge Masters is a quick recall academic competition for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students from area schools. My name is Jacqueline Hawkins and I'll be your moderator. Although the teams are familiar with the rules, I would like to state that while Knowledge Masters is similar to Governor's Cup, it is a Hardin County Schools competition. Today's contestants are from East Hardin Middle School and Stuart Pepper Middle School. Now let's meet the team from East Hardin Middle.
Zach Townsend is 13 years old and is in the 8th grade. He is a member of Beta and the Math Counts team. Zach enjoys watching TV, riding his bike, basketball, learning geography, and hanging out with his friends. He wants to be a meteorologist when he grows up. Cameron Miller is 14 years old and is in the 8th grade. He is a member of Beta, the Quick Recall team, and Math Counts. Cameron enjoys playing games and watching YouTube. He wants to be a mechanical or aerospace engineer when he grows up. Brennan Adams is 13 years old and is in the 8th grade. He is a member of Beta, the Breakfast Club, and the Quick Recall team. Brennan enjoys reading, writing, soccer, and listening to music. He hopes to be an aerospace engineer when he grows up. Garrett Milby is 14 years old and is in the 8th grade. He is a member of Beta, the EHMS band, and is a part of the Quick Recall and Future Problem Solving team. Garrett's hobbies include doing theater, reading, singing, and finding weird factoids. When he grows up, Garrett wants to be a forensic scientist. Paula Hildebrand is an EHMS assistant academic coach focusing on future problem solving. She has been teaching for 31 years and is currently a 6th grade science teacher. Paula is married to Bobby and has 5 boys ranging in age 25 to 13. In her free time, she enjoys hanging out with family and friends, playing video games, and one day hopes to grow up and become President of the United States. Ms. Blankenship currently teaches 7th grade science at East Hardin Middle School. It is her 3rd year to coach the academic team. Ms. Blankenship has been married to a husband, Donnie, for 17 years. They have 3 children, Brianna, Brandon, and Briley. She hopes to be a teacher when she grows up.
We will now meet the team from Stuart Pepper Middle.
Emily Stobbs is a 7th grader who plays 2 instruments, piano and clarinet. She was born on December 13, 2006. This is her 3rd year competing on the academic team. Her first year, she did not do Quick Recall. William Young is an 8th grader at Stuart Pepper Middle School. He has 0 accomplishments at all and is very lonely. He also locks himself in his room and blasts Linkin Park. He is a menace in all sense of the term. Jordan Stull is an 8th grader at Stuart Pepper Middle School. He currently takes 2 accelerated classes at the Meade County High School. He also plays JV soccer for MCHS. Sophia Vowles is an 8th grader at Stuart Pepper Middle School. She currently takes AP European History at the high school. She plays piano. Miss Ashcraft is a 3rd year math teacher at SPMS. She has 3 dogs and enjoys running. She attended the University of Louisville for both her bachelor's and master's degree. Michelle Funk has been the assistant coach for the Stuart Pepper Middle School's academic team for 7 years. She teaches 8th grade reading and spends her time after school with her 3 children and husband. In her free time, she enjoys reading, quilting, and going on adventures with her family.
Coaches, you may return to your seats at this time. Teams, are you ready? Contestants, remember that you may interrupt the reading of a toss-up question by buzzing in. However, if your answer is incorrect, the question will be reread in its entirety for the opposing team. Teams may confer on bonus questions, but the team captain must give the response. Remember, the bounce back bonus will be in effect. All questions are worth 1 point, and each half is 10 minutes long. The first question today is a toss-up question. In what desert are these sites located? Anza Borrego Desert State Park, Joshua Tree National Park, Death Valley National Park.
East Hardin, Melby.
Arizona.
That's incorrect.
Stuart Pepper, Young.
Mojave.
That's correct. Bonus for Stuart Pepper. If A equals 2 and B equals 1, then what is C if 3A plus B equals C?
7.
That is correct. Toss-up question. Name the science of the flow of air and or of the motion of bodies.
Stuart Pepper, Young.
Aerodynamics.
That's correct. This is a bonus for Stuart Pepper. What is the term for the first public appearance of an actor on stage?
Debut.
That's correct. Toss-up question. You are quoting a lengthy paragraph from the New England Journal of Medicine, but want to leave out a few sentences. What punctuation?
East Hardin, Adams.
Ellipses.
That's correct. Bonus for East Hardin. Contour plowing is used on moderately steep slopes to discourage erosion. What farming practice with the same purpose is used on very steep slopes?
Step plowing.
That's incorrect. Bounce back.
Terracing.
That's correct. Toss-up question. Express as a binary numeral the number of chambers in a mammal's heart.
Stuart Pepper Young.
2.
That's incorrect.
East Hardin Miller.
01.
That's also incorrect. The correct response is 100. Toss-up question. What 2 national offices are never filled during midterm elections? The correct response is President and Vice President. Toss-up question. Lydia Kamikaha Liliuokalani was the last ruler of what kingdom?
Stuart Pepper Young.
Hawaii.
That's correct. This is a bonus for Stuart Pepper. This passage is about whom? He would be remembered for introducing the daguerreotype process into the U.S. and for his notable portrait paintings, were he not so famous as the inventor of the electric telegraph.
Alexander Bell.
That's incorrect. Bounce back.
Edison.
That's also incorrect. The correct response is Samuel Morse. Toss-up question. The area of one of the plane surfaces of a regular polyhedron is 17 square inches. If this polyhedron is a decahedron, what is its total surface area?
Stuart Pepper Stahl.
170 square inches.
That's correct. Bonus for Stuart Pepper. What empire that began in 1603 and lasted until 1997 when Hong Kong reverted to China was the largest in the history of the world?
Great Britain.
That is correct. Toss-up question. Words belonging to what part of speech have these endings? 8, N, iffy, eyes.
Stuart Pepper Stahl.
Adverbs.
That's incorrect.
East Hardin Adams.
Verbs.
That's correct. Bonus for East Hardin. The Bessemer converter decarbonizes molten iron with a blast of cold air to produce low-cost steel. In this unit, the oxygen in the air combines with carbon in the iron and dissipates in the form of what gas?
Carbon dioxide.
That's correct. Toss-up question. What is the last name of the lady who said this? I take hold of this Constitution and feel for my rights, but there aren't any there. I said, God, what ails this Constitution? He said, Sojourner, there's a little weevil.
East Hardin Adams.
Truth.
That's correct. Bonus for East Hardin. What type of clause follows day in this quote by Will Rogers? I never expected to see the day when girls would get sunburned in the places they do now.
Dependent.
That's incorrect. Bounce back.
Independent clause.
That's also incorrect. The correct response is adjective clause. Toss-up question. Blood consists of various kinds of blood cells suspended in what liquid?
Stuart Peppers Dobbs.
Plasma.
That's correct. Bonus for Stuart Pepper. Fred got tired of the weeds in his backyard and he decided to cover the entire 40-foot by 80-foot area with flagstones 2 feet on a side. How many stones does he need?
$120.
That's incorrect. Bounce back.
6,400.
That's also incorrect. The correct response is 800. Toss-up question. People who specialize professionally in the evaluation and appreciation of artistic or literary works are called what? The correct response is critics. Toss-up question. What suffix indicates inflammation?
Stuart Pepper Young.
Itis.
That's correct. This is a bonus for Stuart Pepper. What did the swagman watch until it boiled in Waltzing Matilda?
Water.
That's incorrect. Bounce back. The correct response is his Billy. Toss-up question. Express as a binary numeral the number saved by a stitch in time. The correct response is 1001. Toss-up question. Complete this title of the series of books by James Patterson about 6 fugitive children who were created in a laboratory as 98.
East Hardin Milby.
Maximum Ride.
That's correct. Bonus for East. Containing 17.5 miles of corridors and some 37 million square feet of office space, it has 5 sides and 5 floors above the ground. Name this largest office building in the world.
The Pentagon.
That's correct. Toss-up question. What causes the flow of electrons and wires to slow down?
East Hardin Adams.
Resistors.
That is incorrect. I'll complete the question. What causes the flow of electrons in wires to slow down and the conductors to heat up?
Stuart Pepper Young.
Transistors.
That is also incorrect. The correct response is resistance. Toss-up question. This illustrates what literary form? Here lies the body of Samuel Crane. He ran a race with a passenger train. He got to the crossing and almost across.
East Hardin Milby.
Rhyme.
That is incorrect. I'll complete it. This illustrates what literary form? Here lies the body of Samuel Crane. He ran a race with a passenger train. He got to the crossing and almost across. Sam and his car were a total loss. Sam's spirit now tolls his knell on the great eternal bell. If only he took the time to stop and listen, he'd be living now instead of missing.
Stuart Pepper Stall.
Limerick.
That's incorrect. The correct response is epitaph. Toss-up question. What is a complex of shops and restaurants enclosed under a single roof and connected by common passageways?
East Hardin.
I'm sorry, that concludes our time for this first half. It was a mall. That was the correct response. At the conclusion of the first half, the score is East Hardin 6, Stuart Pepper 10. Welcome to the second half of Knowledge Masters between East Hardin Middle School and Stuart Pepper Middle School. We would like to take time during the intermission to tell you something about the schools. We have a video to tell us about East Hardin Middle School.
East Hardin Middle School is nestled in the beautiful historic Glendale, Kentucky. It has the district's largest enrollment of middle school students and draws students from G.C. Burkhead Elementary School, Lincoln Trail Elementary School, and Creekside Elementary School. Its faculty symbolizes the school's small-town feel. The culture at East Hardin is very welcoming and delightful. Its state assessment data puts it among the area's highest scoring middle schools.
And now we'll learn about Stuart Pepper Middle School. During the half, the following substitutions were made. Joining the team from East Hardin Middle School is Ethan Williams, and from Stuart Pepper, Riley Snyder is joining the team. Teams, let's begin the second half of today's competition with a toss-up question. Toss-up. The KGB gift shop sells for $55 a lapel pin camera, which costs them $25. The profit of each sale equals what percent of the cost?
Stuart Pepper Stahl.
120%.
That's correct. Bonus for Stuart Pepper. What is usually the last word in this verbose proverb? Although it is within the realm of possibility to escort Equus caballus to a location providing a potable compound of hydrogen and oxygen, one cannot coerce said mammal to imbibe.
No answer.
Bounce back.
Water.
That is incorrect. It's drink. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Toss-up question. What gland in the neck controls how rapidly the body uses up energy?
Stuart Pepper Stahl.
Thyroid.
That's correct. Bonus for Stuart Pepper. In 1948, Stalin blocked Western access to what German city?
Berlin.
That's correct. Toss-up question. What art genre got its name from a belittling remark made by Matisse in reference to a Braque painting when he said the landscape looked as though it were wholly made up of little cubes?
East Hardin Melby.
Cubism.
That's correct. Bonus for East Hardin. What is the sum of all the syllables in photo reconnaissance and microelectronics?
12.
That's correct. Toss-up question. Convert 9/16 inches to its decimal equivalent.
Stuart Pepper Stahl.
0.5625 inches.
That's correct. This is a bonus for Stuart Pepper. They are made from epidermal cells and can be removed without pain. They form as a result of constant pressure or friction, such as occurs with prolonged handling of tools. What is the term for one of these thickened areas of skin?
Callus.
That's correct. Toss-up question. Fusuma are light sliding doors covered with highly decorated paper. They are associated with the architecture of what country?
Stuart Pepper Young.
Japan.
That's correct. Bonus for Stuart Pepper. This is about what invention? The crucial importance of the invention of the mechanical blank was due not so much to its accuracy, great as this eventually became, as to its dependence on a periodic instead of continuous process.
No answer.
Bounce back?
Clock.
That's correct. Toss-up question. 21x equals -7. What is x?
East Hardin Adams.
-3.
That's correct. Bonus for East Hardin. What enormous country was admitted to the United Nations in 1971?
Russia.
That's incorrect. Bounce back.
No answer.
The correct response is China. Toss-up question. What adverb meaning in place of is an anagram of detains and sainted?
Stuart Pepper Stahl.
No answer.
The correct response is instead. Toss-up question. Reminiscent of a figure of speech, what type of artistic representation is employed when the abstract concept of justice is illustrated as a blindfolded woman?
Stuart Pepper Stahl.
Symbolism?
That's incorrect. I'll complete the question. Reminiscent of a figure of speech, what type of artistic representation is employed when the abstract concept of justice is illustrated as a blindfolded woman holding a set of scales?
East Hardin Melby.
Metaphor.
That is also incorrect. The correct response is personification. Toss-up question. In space, clouds form where there is a large enough concentration of gas and dust. Usually, these clouds are so thin they are invisible, but sometimes they are dense enough to be seen, in which case they are given what name?
East Hardin Miller.
Nebula?
That's correct. Bonus for East Hardin. A trench is 2 yards deep and 2 yards wide. The volume of the ditch is 48 cubic yards. How long is the ditch?
12 yards.
That's correct. Toss-up question. What literary device is used here? The beast growled, roared, and howled.
East Hardin Williams.
Automatopoeia.
That's correct. This is a bonus for East Hardin. In the early 17th century, a black flag flown above the Globe Theater meant that a tragedy was being performed, while a red flag indicated a history. What was signaled by a white flag?
Comedy.
That's correct. Toss-up question. The first Olympics were staged in 776 BC. In what year were the 15th Olympics held?
East Hardin Adams.
Greece.
That is incorrect. The correct response is 720 BC. Toss-up question. It has pearly or glassy luster and occurs in the form of flakes or scaly masses. It can be split into extremely thin, flexible sheets and is a terrific insulator. Name this mineral.
East Hardin Miller.
Quartz?
That's incorrect.
Stuart Pepper Young.
Shale. That's also incorrect. The correct response is mica. Toss-up question. What mansion designed by Thomas Jefferson stands to this day?
East Hardin Miller.
White House?
That's incorrect.
Stuart Pepper Young.
Jefferson Manor. That's also incorrect, but it is his house, Monticello. Toss-up question. What is the first palindromic prime number greater than 100?
East Hardin Adams.
111.
That's incorrect.
Stuart Pepper Stahl.
101.
That's correct. This is a bonus for Stuart Pepper. What type of lava is used in these applications? Lightweight concrete, cleansers and scouring powders, abrasive bleaching.
No answer.
Bounce back.
No answer.
The correct response is pumice. Toss-up question. Complete this aside associated with melodramatic villains. Curses.
Stuart Pepper Young.
Monologue.
Incorrect. The correct response is foiled again. Toss-up question. What adjective indicates a polygon with at least one of its interior angles not equal to the others?
Stuart Pepper Stahl.
Irregular.
That's correct. This is a bonus for Stuart Pepper. The sideways sweeping by the camera in a motion picture is panning. Pan is short for what adjective?
Panorama.
That is incorrect. Bounce back.
Panoramic.
That is correct. Toss-up question. Transform the simile, she's as light as a feather, into a metaphor.
Stuart Pepper Young.
She's a feather.
That's correct. Bonus for Stuart Pepper. In 1913, the brothers John and Horace Dodge began manufacturing what? The correct response is automobiles. At the conclusion of our match today, the final score is East Hardin 15, Stuart Pepper 19. Congratulations to Stuart Pepper, and please join us for the next match in Knowledge Masters.